I'm gonna vlog, I might as well do real BTS. So I have to keep all the fans going. There's a fan on the camera, there's a fan over here. Actually, that's a HEPA filter. And then the phone here with the camera there. And this is actually the first time I'm testing this rig. I had always intended on shooting this way, but I had never actually started doing it until now. And this took a lot more prep than I thought it would. It took me like an hour to get this thing completely organized to where I'm happy with the setup. And this isn't in the way. I can kind of stand right here and shoot the video on the phone and not take away from the visibility on the big camera. And yeah. And then I realized once I got this set up for the studio, I realized that there wasn't good lighting on everything that was in the display boxes, and it just ended up turning into a fiasco of me trying to organize things. But then once we actually start shooting, then I'll turn that off, and then I'm charging the second battery for that camera over here, and then I have the charger for this over here. I'm probably not going to use this. I don't even know I'm talking about it. Anyhow, because I kind of like the idea of having both the Cholula neon light and the demon in the backdrop when I'm shooting. So this is what I'm debuting today at Gummy Fire-rhea. It's gonna be my first ever spicy challenge. And it's actually, I know I could have done a challenge that would have been really, really crazy and difficult. In fact, glad I'm talking to y'all, because that reminds me. And that reminds me twice that I need to get gloves on, because I gotta handle this monstrosity in the process. So the gummy bear guy is a friend of mine, and we work closely on stuff and we talk all the time, and that's just how entrepreneurs are. We just kind of vibe off each other creatively. And I talked to him about making a challenge, and I said, I don't know if I really want to do something that's super crazy, because what's the point? Like, you already created the craziest challenge ever, because this 5-pound pure capsaicin gummy bear is literally impossible. And I do mean that. It is literally impossible. Like, if you could manage, the only person I've ever even seen eat a whole one of these 5-pound gummies that wasn't spicy was Matt Stoney. And even if he could manage to eat this one, if he was able to keep it down, he probably wouldn't survive, because the capsaicin would go toxic and he probably wouldn't make it. So it's literally an impossible challenge. So it's like, okay, well, we can't make it harder than that. There's nothing more difficult than impossible. So that is why I wanted to come up with something that was kind of funny. So yeah, I'm glad I remembered to take that out. So when we do the actual shoot, I won't screw it up. When it comes to me and product launches, I've made some mistakes. There was the Doug t-shirt. Then there was Repurgatory hot sauce. And then there was my book, which actually I've got a different book coming out later this year. So that one's kind of not as bad, but I've had a history of announcing things a bit too early. Don't have to worry about announcing too early when you actually have the finished product ready to ship. This is Gummy Fire-rhea. It is the first ever spicy challenge that I've done in collaboration with the Gummy Bear guy. I was involved in every step of development of this product, and the finished gummy is awesome. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. But they're so deceptive. So, There it is. That is a super hot, sugar-free Reaper toilet. And I'm guessing you're saying to yourself, well, what's the significance of sugar-free? Unless you've actually seen the reviews. So I've got 2 bags of these, and here's what I'm thinking. They're available now. You can go to hotsauceboss.com, or you can go to the link in my bio, and it'll send you over to the Gummy Bear Guy's site, and you can buy one right this second. If you want to get a greater understanding of why this challenge is actually as funny as it is challenging, then I will actually be posting me doing the challenge tomorrow. Now, I'm going to put a little asterisk on that. I'm going to go ahead and post this video first, telling you all about it. And depending on how this goes, it will determine how, depending on the kind of interest we have in this lovely challenge that I've helped create, will determine how big I'm going to go on this challenge. I have 2 bags. Each bag has 4 ounces of sugar-free gummies, which is just enough to give you a nice, vicious case of Fire-rhea and bubble guts and all the other cool things that come along with sugar-free. Now, if you're saying to yourself, why would I do that? Why would I do this challenge and put myself through that hell and basically piss out my butt, you know, and piss lava out my butt? Why would I do that? You might not want to, but that's okay. That effect only happens if you do them all 8, all 4 ounces. Then you're going to have instant liquefaction. Well, not quite instant, probably takes like an hour, but you're gonna have liquefaction. It's gonna go everywhere and it's gonna be a mess, and you're gonna have to stay close to a toilet for several hours. If you only eat 1 or maybe 2, you probably won't have any side effects other than you'll just try a really spicy cherry Reaper gummy, and they're actually delicious too. That was one of the biggest things that everybody always complains about with spicy challenges, is they taste bad. Well, these don't taste bad. These taste good. You're welcome. Available now, and if this post blows up, I will do both bags. I will do 8 ounces. When we were doing the product testing, I only did 4 ounces. And the results were within an hour. Now, if you're saying to yourself, why did you do that challenge instead of like a super difficult challenge? Well, because the Gummy Bear Guy already has an impossible spicy challenge. This is the Atomic Fire Bear, and this is a 5-pound, get it out of the bag, this is a 5-pound pure capsaicin gummy bear. Okay? It's impossible. Literally impossible. You cannot finish this and continue to exist on this earth to tell about it. If you tried to consume this entire thing, this would be a toxic amount of capsaicin. You'd be no longer with us. So, how do you make a challenge harder than impossible? You don't. You make it funny and... Oh, his head's coming off. Whatever, I'll zip it up later. Oh, that's capsaicin on there. Yikes. So rather than making a challenge harder than impossible, the better way to go about it is to just make one that's funny. And that's what we're doing. So, you can get it right now. Go to hotsauceboss.com or go to thegummybearguy.com. But if you go to my site, then the link is right there and it goes straight to it and you can just check out and buy it right now. And It's my first real product launch, y'all.